Hi, it's Joe from Let's Talk Porsche. Today we've got a really special car with us, 992 911 ST. Now, there's only 1,963 of these cars worldwide, and there's probably no other ST as special as this car. This car left the factory and went straight over to the Sonderwunsch team, who put their special customization touches onto it. The most obvious thing is the paint, bamboo chroma flare. This is a colour changing flip paint. It's extremely expensive and extremely hard to apply to the bodywork, but it looks absolutely stunning and makes a very special car even more of a one-off. So let's have a look into the ST. So we saw the first 911 unveiled at the Frankfurt Motor Show back in 1963. 60 years later, Porsche gives the ST, hence why there's 1,963 of these being produced. So, 1969, Porsche had the 911S. That was their top tier in performance, with the biggest engine available in the 911 chassis. They wanted to go racing with this car. They wanted to offer it to customers for rallying, circuit racing and hill climb. So they'd learned a lot with the 911T, which was their touring lightweight package model. So they decided to combine the two, the performance of the S, the lightness of the T, and internally they codenamed the car the Porsche 911 ST. The reason they did this was to bypass a couple of rules. Porsche didn't want to make a new model, which would need new homologation. So instead, they based it off two existing models combined together to give the best performance and best dynamic handling available. 60 years later, they reincarnate it with this car now, the 911 ST. So they based it on a GT3 Touring. So initially, this is the chassis of the Touring, but it's got some performance enhancements a bit like the old ST. So they take the best engine available, and right now that is the engine out the RS. So they do that with a higher lift camshaft and a revised cylinder head, which allows for better flow. That gives you the extra horsepower over the outgoing Touring. So they also carry over the front aero wishbones off of the RS, offering a little bit more downforce on the front of the car. So to compensate, the car gains a really nice little gurney flap on the back of the ST, so that's a nice signature standout point, so you can tell it's an ST when you're following it down the road. Carbon fibre doors off the RS as well, so they have a really nice lightweight feel to them. But to get the weight down in this car, they also went for the carbon bonnet, carbon front wings that have a really nice cutout for the aerodynamics, carbon fibre roof as well. As standard, you got the bucket seats, which are carbon fibre backed, and for the first time, which you'd never seen a normal Touring, carbon fibre roll cage as well. All that with the increased performance just makes for a better driving experience. The best bit about this car though is that it's manual, a 6-speed GT gearbox in it, only available in manual. A big weight saving was through the clutch and flywheel as well. So they saved over 10 kilos by putting a single mass flywheel and lightweight clutch in this car. That means that when you rev the car, the revs spike a lot quicker, so on the downshifts it feels really nice and crisp. It does have a little bit of a chatter to it though, that is the one downside, but being Porsche GT division car, this is motorsport drive components and this is the pinnacle of performance, so there is some compromise, but it adds to the character of this car, that sort of chatter you get when you engage in the clutch. So as we see on the rest of the GT range, we have lightweight glass that helps save weight too, with the lithium-ion battery saving a little bit of weight. You don't get any rear wheel steer on this model. That was the compromise to save even more weight and keep the car a little bit more traditional in its handling. So to help with handling, they did change the differential. So they made the lock a little bit more aggressive, so it handles a bit better when it's on power. And also the suspension was tuned, so it's the same springs and dampers as on a GT3 Touring, but the actual state of tune in the electronic settings has been adapted. This is the best handling GT car that I think has ever come out of the factory. Absolutely superb what they've managed to do with the valving. So Porsche even go as far as putting a carbon fibre rear anti-roll bar on the car to save weight. It's about 40 kilos lighter than a Touring. It is the lightest 992 variant 911 we have, weighing in at 1380 kilos with all fluids. So you do have the option to opt for the Heritage Pack on the ST being a heritage one-off model. Changes the emblem on the badges so they look a little bit different, they're more in the classic finish. It also let you get Ceramica wheels. Now this one has the wheels finished in Vice Gold to go with the window trims, a bit of a one-off, but Ceramica is almost like a pearlescent white, which is really nice to see and stands out. So you've got the Porsche PCC brakes, so ceramic composite brakes. These are renowned at being some of the best in the business, increasing stopping power and reducing rotational mass. On this car, they're finished with the calipers in black. Right, so let's have a look at the interior, because although there is some black to it, there's also plenty of white as well. This is a very, very special, again, completely one-off Sonderwunsch interior. Right, so now looking at the interior of this very, very special ST. I'm not going to go into too much detail on the particular options on this car because Ashley's doing a separate video where we talk all about Sonderwunsch and the customization and how that process works. But specific to the ST, we do have the carbon fibre doors, so that means you get this lovely carbon fibre handle and you get the door pulls as well. So that just means when you shut the doors, it makes you remember how special this car is. I think that's a really nice touch, just showing off that bit of carbon. If you opted for the Heritage pack, you would also get a perforated Racetex roof lining. And you get the carbon fibre roll cage, which we never see on a Touring. So the ST, you can opt for the cage in the back. I think that's a really, really nice touch. The seats, you get the carbon bucket seats as standard on the ST as well, so that ties them in nicely. So the biggest difference is that 6-speed manual gearbox. So a nice short throw on it, and also the ratios themselves are 8% shorter. So the car having 15 more horsepower than a GT3, having that RS engine, and also the shorter ratios means it accelerates really, really quickly. So 0 to 60 can be achieved in 3.7 seconds, and this car will top out at about 186 miles per hour. It's not all about that though, this car is about the driving experience and how it feels, and that's why the chassis has been tuned, the weight's been taken out of the car, a little bit of performance has been added in terms of horsepower. The differential, the suspension, it all combines together, as well as having the 3 pedals and that manual gearbox to just give the best experience to the driver possible. So being a 992 Gen 1 car, you still get the lovely analog tachometer right in front of the driver. So that's nice to see, and on the ST you get the heritage design to that, so it almost has like a green watch face. That's a really, really nice touch. So as you can see, this 911 is an honest representation of the original ST. So it offers the best in performance that Porsche offer from this 4-litre engine, revving to 9,000, but also combines that with really lightweight components to increase the drivability of the car. So this car doesn't just look stunning, it also drives absolutely superb. This is a true driver's car that's a pleasure to be in and to control on the road. So make sure you go and have a look at some of our other content. We are doing a video with Ashley all about the Sonderwunsch options and how bespoke this car is. For all things Porsche, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.